Hallelujah. Mm. Hello, Swish. How you doing? Hallelujah. Ba 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 ba. Hynes, bro. How you doing, Bejenius? I think that means my Mulatalo trade is not going to be as strong. Who does South have? Canberra? Surely it's just Reese Walsh. Hello, Neutron. Purdue to Terrell May. 17 trades left. Am I 17 trades? Better start holding some trades, big dog. How we doing, lads? Making sure everyone can hear me. If someone could type a 1 or say, I can hear you. Maybe Hynes to Campbell next week. That could be a good shout. I think a lot of people wanted to hold Hynes because they had no buys. 24 trades left for me. Nice. Yep. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Hopefully Herbie is back next week. Should be. I kind of want to go Fletcher Sharp. I won't lie. Also, Payne Haas should be back this week as well. Payne Haas should be back this week. Ding 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 ding. Do you think there's people out there that have already given up on NRL fantasy and Supercoach because they had bad starts to the season and they're just like, I'm gonna stop playing already? Sam Walker and Cleary. So I'm hoping someone backs up. Had Nico in for Walker, but not sure what to do now. Not much you can do. Maybe yeah, the halves you really want it on buy, so it's a bit of a tough one. I should have given up. Oh. 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 Still got some time left. They haven't brought out anything on NRL news about the Nico thing. So does anyone know this? But if what's this? Mitchell Moses got injured, can't they get someone from outside the Origin squad to come in, or does it have to be from the Origin squad only? Like, what happens now? Like, Ethan Strange comes in, and then can they get an extra person to come in the lineup or as number 20 or whatever? Minor calf strain. Great. Great. So Burton is in. He goes on the bench, or does he go to number 20? Or Burton is the utility. Okay. Are there not other players they could have got instead of Burton, or is Burton the best choice? Who's another half they could have? Not another half, another. Who else could they have got? Were there any other candidates people were like, why didn't they pick them? Luai. Yeah, you think Luai slots into the team. I find that so interesting. I think Luai should just come straight in, eh? Scored 1,110 over the weekend. Halved my rank from 6,000 to about 3,000. Whoop. Yeah, in the buy period, Daryl, firstly, well done. You can really start, like, look at me. I got 1,058 and I went from 9,900 to 6,501. So in this buy period, you can really try and catch up on some sneaky points against people. Katoa, yeah, Katoa could have been a shout. But they need someone to be a 5'8", right? I don't think Katoa's can be a 5'8". I'm very surprised Luai didn't get picked. That's crazy to me, but anyway. So no Hynes this week, which will leave me with, because it's a full 17 this week. Oh, so Pascoe might not play. I mean, sorry. Robson might not play. So I think I need a trade to Desco. The problem is my round 15 I need to work on as well. My round 15 looks a bit scuffed. So we need to start trading in for players that play round 15. Or I might be cooked. Yeah. Okay. So whatever players we get in must be playing in round 15. West Tigers, Canberra, Sharks, Dolphins. Wait, Dolphins? No. Dolphins. Oh, I'm so worried about Reece Walsh getting picked for Origin. If Queensland, I'm going to tell you a bit of a strategy I'm going through as well. Burton has a better leg than Luai. Pressure off Cleary. Yeah. If Burton didn't play the way he played against Storm, maybe it was a tougher decision. I have too many Cowboys for round 15. Yeah, it could be time to get rid of Purdue this week, I think, or next week. Is anyone else already pumped for next year? I know this is crazy to say, but like for the last couple of weeks, I've just been like, I cannot wait for next season to start. Like no scoring changes, proper pricing, get back into it, build the team up again. Oh, I am so excited. I don't know why. I know it's so far away, but I'm just like, please, please. Haas next season. Oh, he'll be like I think he'll be in 60 to 70% of people's teams. I think it's going to be absurd. All right, what's the time? 3:58. All right, let's do the intro. Let's do the intro and we'll go from there. All right, I've got to start recording on this as well. All right, let's get this done. Keen for the Bears. Will be some good cheapies amongst the teams. Oh, I mean, whoever versus the Bears might be have some of the biggest super coach scores ever. All right. All right, let's do this. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Rage Traders NRL Supercoach Podcast. Wolfie here, of course, another live video on YouTube for the round 13 team list. And already some carnage coming through the news gallery. Nico Hynes. How dare I? Nico Hynes out with a calf. A minor calf strain is the news. So how long that is actually going to be, I don't know. Whether he is now a must trade, I don't know. Whether you look at going at Katoa next week, you look at going at Jaden Campbell next week, I don't know. But I think it puts on a bit of less pressure for you to maybe trade out a Cleary now and maybe focus on Hynes. The worst part about it is Sharks had one of the best runs from now. They virtually, I think they had no buys. Let's check here. But they had no buys until, where are Cronulla Sharks here? They had no buys until round 17, which is honestly not even the major buy. Then they have no buys from 17 for the rest of the season. So that's going to be very interesting to hear the news about that and what the actual diagnosis is on terms of how long it's going to be. So decisions to be made, and it obviously puts a heavy impact onto our teams where we need to field a full 17 this week. Now with that happening, I kind of wish I went TMM last week just so I had someone there to play, but he is versing the Panthers this week, so we have to be wary of that. Now, before we get into it, if you are watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for being in the live chat. If you're in the live chat at the moment, lads, g'day. Hello, Patty. How we doing? Everyone here, Major Fishing, all of you guys, thank you so much for joining once again. Tuesday live at 4 p.m. on YouTube if you ever wanted to join and come on in. And for the Apple and Spotify podcast listeners, 5-star review is always appreciated. It gets my podcast out there, gets the Supercoach content out there, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying everything. Well, let's get into it. Team lists are out already. This is the first minor bye weekend, and already some news has come out, but let's not spoil anything to start with. Let's just get straight into it. Sharks versus the Seagulls. That is Friday 8 p.m, so no Thursday game this week. And let's get into the big out here. Star halfback Nico Hynes will miss Friday's match due to a calf injury, with Niwai Peru named in the number 7 jumper to partner Braden Trindle in the halves. I would dare say this is most probably a bit of a plus for Braden Trindle owners, because he's going to be just having a lot of the ball here and doing a lot of the kicking. I don't know much about this Niwai Peru, so we'll have to wait and see, and just until game day we'll know a lot more about, sort of the kicking and everything like that. But if they do continue to score, it's going to be great for Braden Trindle owners. The big thing is here, I think now because of this, it's so hard to picture, but I think it's going to go less towards the right side with where Ramian and Katoa is on the right side, because Britton Nickera is not there with origin duty. I think this could favor the left side a lot more. One of my trades in this week, guys, was Mulatalo, and now I'm a bit like uncertain on it all. He could still be a trade in. I really liked what he showed in his last performance, which was his first game back, and I was really hyped to have him in my team with Hynes and Trindle there. So now it's just like sort of a bit of a weigh it up. Is he still worth it or not? But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Let's look at some other names here. So obviously now no Nico Hynes. Cameron McInnes is starting at lock this game for his 100th game. Ronald Mulatalo and Jesse Ramian retain their places in the backline after making successful returns from injury before last week's bye. Of course, AFB is gone as well. Blake Brayley and Britton Nickera. So who comes in there? Wait, no. They've named them. Oh, they've named Blake Brayley AFB to back up. That is huge news, ladies and gentlemen, for owners there. Have they named Britton Nickera as well? I'm looking. They have. So they've named all players to back up. Now, one thing we really need to focus on is 90 minutes before the game. Anything could happen with these lineups. Don't take it as written in stone. This could change immensely. If, this is a really massive origin match, Britton Nickera likes getting pumped around. He could easily just miss this game. Brayley, I think out of all of them will be the safest because he's coming off the bench and Reece Robson is starting. So he's someone you could definitely just think, okay, he should be backing up here, and I think he will. But that being said, yeah, just monitor this. Let's go to the Manly side. Origin star Hamoli Olakawatu and Tolo Kula are listed among the reserves and will be monitored after the series opener. So just keep your eyes open for that. Lei Hopawai returns from suspension on the wing. Back row Ben Trebojevic has been named despite suffering a head knock in the win over the Titans. So for me here, I'm really big. I was really big on Clayton Fa'alo'o. I think it might be a bit too late to go to him, but if you do, good luck. Ruben Garrick, for those who went to him last week, be very interesting because he'll be on KL Ero's side, who is known to be not to be the greatest defender, but I think with Lei Hopawati back, you'll still see a bit go left. But it's going to be very interesting to see how Eagles play this one. No other massive news here. Taniela Paseka still in the number 8 jersey up the front and leading the pack. Jamal Fogarty and Luke Brooks in at the 6 and 7 as always. 18-19 is Blake Wilson and Joey Walsh for Eagles, and Huepa Peru and Oregon Kafusi in 18-19 for the Sharks. Jesse Colquhoun in the 14 because of Cameron McInnes playing his 100th game, and maybe this is the type of game Cameron McInnes gets a bit more minutes on. So just be wary of that if you're a Jesse Colquhoun owner. Knights versus Eels. I think this could be an absolute thumping of a match. I don't know. Kalen Ponga is listed. Skipper Kalen Ponga and prop Jacob Saifidi have both been named to back up from Origin, as coach Justin Holbrook goes with the same starting side that down the... Oh man, I did not expect that. Surely this changes, right? Is it more common for them to back up in the first game and then not back up in the second game? That's so interesting. So they're going to have a very strong team. No Mitchell Moses, obviously, with the injury. So that falls onto Joash Papali'i going into number 6 now. Ronald Volcom going into number 7. And Isaiah Iongi returning at the fullback position for the Eels. Boy, I tell you who's someone I'm really focusing on this week. And I was like, if they didn't have some major round buys, I'd maybe land on. It was actually Dane Gagai. I know that sounds crazy, but I've just got this weird feeling he's going to hit a bit of form after, not being in Origin, having a good game last round or when they last played. But yeah, Sandon Smith in the 6, Dylan Brown at the 7, Kalen Ponga in at the 1. Dylan Lucas in the second row forward position as usual. Nothing crazy here. Jacob Saifidi in at the 8 as well. Fletcher Hunt and Thomas Cann in 18-19, so the reserves for Newcastle, and Upper Twiddle and Teencombe Brown in the 18-19 for the Eels here. I don't see anything crazy. Backing up, none of this matters when teams will be changed 90 minutes before kickoff. Well, yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. We need to monitor every single team for this week 90 minutes before the kickoff. It's super, super important because there could be a lot of changes here and you just don't know what is coming. Fletcher Sharp was someone who I was looking at possibly getting in this week as well. He is listed in the centers again. Want to wait for that and see if anything changes there, but I assume he'll still be there. He scored a couple tries last week and now the break even has shot up for him. So he's looking at making money now. But the problem is with the Knights, and this is the only problem, they have the 15 bye here, which hurts a bit. It's the buy that I personally, with my team set up, can't really afford to get players in of that stature. So that sucks because he was someone I was looking at as well. So I'm going to have to avoid him, and I really don't want to, but it is what it is. All right, let's go to the next one. West Tigers versus Bulldogs, Saturday, 5:30 p.m. A lot of people looking at getting Kai Pearce-Paul in this week. A lot of people looking at getting Terrell May this week. They don't have any buys over this buy round period. Their next buy is in round 23. So if you didn't know that, that is why a lot of people are going these Tigers players. If you don't know the draw, if you don't know what it looks like, well, currently they're coming in to Bulldogs in round 13 at home. Penrith at home, 2 toughish games there. That Penrith game will have all the players likely back. Then round 15, they have Gold Coast Titans, then the Dolphins at home. So they've got a very good stretch of home games into Newcastle away in 17, St. George away in 18, New Zealand at home in 19, then Bulldogs away again in 20. So not a bad patch of games, and someone like Terrell May who just plugs along and gets his 70 to 80, he should be good no matter the opposition. All right. Fullback Jareen Buller has been named to return after 3 games out with a shoulder injury, while skipper Api Coruscant is on suspension. Lock Alex Twal and outside back Hamasi Makasini are back on deck. Makasini, hello. Yes, this is exactly what I needed for a bit of a boost. Even though he'll likely score 30 points, hopefully he scores more. I'll take what I can get. Thank you very much. Sania Turuva and Makasini are the new centers, with Taylor May shoulder and Patrick Herbert suspension both missing. Falatino Tavana comes in on the wing in place of Luke Lalili, while Latu Fainu and Alex Seyfarth move to the interchange to make way for Coruscant and Twal. All right. So a bit of a boost here for those looking at going like KPP or Terrell May. Lock and load if you like. Kai Pearce-Paul's about 600-ish thousand. Really happy that Makasini gets named here. That's something we needed for a boost if people were missing, Nico Hynes now, and you just needed that extra player to come in and just help for a bit of a boost, although we can't compare them. It is what it is. Now, here's a big story. Jacob Kiraz retains the number 1 jersey, so at fullback position, after he had a really nice game last week. I think he had like 26 runs, 6 offloads and a try. But again, I just stress to people that he was versing the Melbourne Storm, who didn't have Cameron Munster, Harry Grant, Trent Loiero. So there was some missing there, and it was at Bulldogs home. They do have Tigers this week at Tigers home, so that is can be a tougher opposition, or should be a tougher opposition than Melbourne with those players out. The loss of back rower Jacob Preston, I don't know what his diagnosis is in terms of, I know the forearm was broken, but how long he's out for, sees Jamin Salmon move to the second row, and Harry Hayes starts at lock. Josh Curran is back in the NRL after playing New South Wales Cup last week, and is joined by the last week's debutant Jed Ridden and third gamer Jack Underhill. Origin guns Stephen Crichton and Matt Burton have been named on the extended bench. Okay, very interesting here. The big news, I think, is look out for Satili Tupanua. He is going to be a super coach gun for you. Leo Thompson showing some amazing workhorse ethic. But the big thing is just be wary of this with the Bulldogs. They do miss out on round 15 and 18. So I wouldn't personally be going there. I know a lot of you would be looking at Jacob Kiraz. If you already own him, wonderful. But if you don't, I personally wouldn't go there just based off the round 15 and 18 buys. He does play both the mini round buys though. So if you did want to go into that, go for that for sure. Curran. Where's Curran on the 17? So he's still not someone we can look at all. All right, nothing else to talk about there. Let's go to the next game. Storm versus the Roosters. 7:35 p.m. round 13 on Saturday. That's beautiful. Far logo. A lot of people trading him out this week. I will not be doing. James Tedesco's named. Surely Tedesco doesn't back up for this one. Oh, the good thing is that we need to remember the later the games go in the week, the more chance those players will back up because they've had more rest. So if Tedesco does play in this one, that is absolutely brilliant. So we really need to be monitoring each game like by themselves in single fashion and just seeing what happens at the 90-minute mark. And thank God for Supercoach there is a rolling lockout, because for these type of periods, it gets really, really tough. And you need to really just be aware, 90, 60 minutes before the game. All right, Origin start. Cameron Munster, Harry Grant, and Trent Loiero have all been named in the starting side for Saturday's crucial clash with the Roosters, so beware of that. As the Storm look to kickstart their season, emerging playmaker Keegan Russell-Smith has been listed in the reserves and could come into the halves if Munster drops out. The only non-Origin related change to round 12 sees Sean Bloor drop out after he was placed in the HIA protocol. After the loss to Bulldogs, Alec McDonald replaces Bloor in the starting side. Obviously, for those of you that had Moses Leo, tick, 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 he is still there. He will not be getting dropped out of the team after last week's performance with his 2-try banger. Billy Smith is set to make his long-awaited return from a knee injury on the wing. Smith replaces Daniel Tupou, who injured his calf in Magic Round. That was against the Cowboys. Origin stars James Tedesco, Victor Radley, Reece Robson, Rob Toya, Lindsay Collins, and Sam Walker have all been named, with the final decision on their fitness to be made following Wednesday's clash between New South Wales and Queensland. Last week's buys has allowed Cody Ramsey to recover from a concussion without missing a game, and he's been named on the wing. Radley missed the Magic Round clash due to suspension, but his return will see Connor Watson shift from lock to interchange. So a lot here. Maybe I would see Connor Watson come in and Radley take a rest, but we'll have to wait and see, as discussed before. Broncos versus Dragons. Here's the big one. A huge boost for the Premiers, with prop Payne Haas set to play his first game since round 7, while back rower Brendan Piakura has also been named. Tony Staggs, Ezra Mann, Jerma Shibasaki, and Pat Carrigan have all been named to back up from Origin 1 and will be monitored. Jack Goss, concussion, and Grant Anderson knee have been named to return from concussion via the bench. So massive changes here. Now, the only thing is Payne Haas, if he's back, he's healthy, he's going to be picked in Origin. And I've talked about this before, but we will talk about this now. There is a big emphasis on getting Reece Walsh in. If you get Reece Walsh in and Queensland lose pretty comfortably against New South Wales, be prepared for Walsh to come into the team in round 15, and you will be making a 2-round trade. Now, the good news of that is the 2-round trade is I think they have St. George at home and Gold Coast at home. He could net you an easy 200 points. And then if he's your captain for both weeks or one of those weeks, it could be literally 300 plus points for 2 weeks of Reece Walsh. So you need to value up where your trades are at, if that's worth it to you, and who your other captain possibilities could be. Like, if you didn't have a captain this week that you weren't comfortable with, maybe you are getting a Reece Walsh, so you have a player in that's a captain that you're confident in. Or if you're like, you know what, I don't have a lot of trades left, I'm taking a risk here, he likely might be out of the team, then don't do it. But that's all I wanted to give you a bit of information on. Just be aware that he could easily be out of this team by round 15 if things don't go Queensland's way. And lucky we have the ability to see that before the first game of the week being a Wednesday night game. All right. Centre Moses Sully returns from a back injury, and hooker Jacob Little is also good to go, but Hayden Buchanan's shoulder and Jaden Suakafa out. Tyrrell Sloan and Christian Tupilotu have been left out of the side, with Matt Fagey, the new winger, Interesting. I think Matt Fagey under the high ball is really, really average. So we'll see if a lot of high balls go there. Damian Cook has been named to play despite coming in off early against the Warriors with an ankle injury. We'll have to wait and see if this is an absolute domination. Now, Dylan Egan putting up some good super coach points. Toby Couchman has been the leader of this pack. He got 96 last week, guys? 96 points. So if you've got him in your team, if you don't have him in your team, it's getting to the point where he's getting a bit too expensive. But they do miss out on the round 15 bye. But then onwards, they have not one bye whatsoever. So read into that as you will. But he could be a pick for you. I can't get him. As I said, I can't go into the round 15 bye players, unfortunately. 18 and 19, Emre Gula, Lycan King Togia for the Dragons, Grant Anderson and Hayes Perrin for the 18 and 19. Obviously, before as well, I didn't mention for the Storm, Joe Chan and Manaya Watere, 18-19, Reese Foley and Egan Butcher in the 18-19 for Roosters. Raiders versus Cowboys. This could be a bit of a scoring affair. I don't know how to read this one. If Cowboys win this one, I'll be so happy because I think Raiders are going to come with a bit of a bang on this one. But we'll have to wait and see. I could be wrong. All right, Raiders. Origin debutant Ethan Strange and back rower Hudson Young have been named to back up from game one. Centre Seb Chris is also back on deck after missing the Dolphins game with a quad injury, which he suffered in warm-up. Dane Laurie, Adam Mariota, and Jed Stewart revert to the interchange after starting last this week. Young giant Jordan Uta retains his place on the bench after making his debut last week. Ruben Cotter has been named to back up from Origin 1, so Jason Tamalolo slides to prop and Matt Lodge to the bench. Murray Talagi is back from a concussion layoff, so Robert Darby moves to the interchange. Interesting. Okay, well, I wouldn't go into any Cowboys players. They have a pretty average draw after round 15. Looking here, they have the round 15 bye. St. George is okay. West Tigers. Wait, no. I got this wrong for sure. It definitely was not that easy. So they have the bye into New Zealand away, into Penrith at home, into bye, into Manly away, Dolphins away, Broncos at home, and Sydney Roosters at home. But they have no byes after round... Oh, they have another bye in round 25, actually. So it's pretty bad for them, in all honesty, unless you wanted to grab them from round 23, Gold Coast, Para, bye, West Tigers, Canberra. That's something you could look at. But yeah, I'll be looking at flicking off a few of these players here. I think that's the last game for the week. No, I'm wrong. Panthers, Warriors, round 13, Sunday, 31st of May, 6:15 p.m. Ivan Cleary has named his Origin reps Nathan Cleary, Isaiah Yeo, Casey McLean, and To'o in the reserves. That they will monitor their fitness after game one on Wednesday night. Liam Martin has been named to return from a knee injury, while Isaac Targo and Luke Garner have been named in the centres from the time being. Jack Cogger will play at halfback should Nathan Cleary not back up from Origin, and Lindsay Smith will line up at lock if Ya is rested. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, very unfortunate news here if you didn't know. Season-ending ACL brings Adam Pompey into the centres. Murata Nikore has been added to the bench in place of Eddie. Ieremia Tuava from a concussion. Dragons-bound playmaker Luke Metcalf is listed among the reserves as he chases his first NRL appearance since round 5. So for me personally, because I didn't go TMM last week, I'm not going to go him now. It scares me that Luke Metcalf is in the reserves. If they lose this game, anything could happen. Anything could happen. So yeah, just wanted to flag you of that. But if you have him, good luck. Could be a tough game. You're hoping Cleary doesn't play in some of the Origin players and they have a bit of an easier run. Jackson Ford and Aaron Clark still listed in here with James Fisher-Harris. That's great news. No major injury concerns. Alafiana Khan Pereira had a good week last week after having a horrible week before that. Does he get hit a bit by the RTS injury? We'll have to wait and see. Adam Pompey taking over that position. We'll have to see how that looks. Maybe more goes right to DWZ sort of side. But yeah, that's just a wait and see. I can't predict it. And hopefully for Khan Pereira owners, he still gets a bit of ball here and there. In the 18-19, Kalis Fatia Lofa and Luke Hansen, Billy Scott, Siona Fanua in the 18 and 19 for Panthers. And that is your round 13 team list, gentlemen. If you have any questions in the live video, start firing them away right now. We'll get to them. For those listening on the audio, thank you so much for listening. It's Wolfie here from the Rage Traders. Appreciate your support as always in listening to the stream. Good luck this week. Some injuries, some carnage, some things we didn't expect, and some things we did expect are all here. But thanks for listening. Appreciate you guys. It's Wolfie from the Rage Traders. Catch you on the next one. Interesting he's on the reserves and not the six-man bench. Yeah. Ramsey, my GOAT. I need McLean to play with Macassini as my fourth CT dub. Macassini news is really... I'm really happy I held Macassini now. I mean, although he wasn't playing amazing, it's just another little plus. Oh, you know what annoys me about this week is just having to know everything about, everything. Trading in pain for him to go into the New South team. I don't like it. What is Haas's price, by the way? Holy, he's got 129 break even. I think, it's almost certainty that he's going to be listed in the team, no? He's got 129 break even. I dare say he might go up a bit in price by round 15 when you know what the origin teams are. Then you can just wait. Ironically, if he didn't get picked, which I think wouldn't happen, he would be versing South in round 15. Twal is playing. Yes, correct. Twal is playing. I'm not touching Haas until post-origin. I agree. Imagine the price after Origin with limited minutes. That's true. So halfback is a bit of a concern. If I just randomly go, we need to monitor how long Nico Hynes is out, but who could we possibly go in this time? I'm not going to touch Jerome Hughes. I think someone who I had in my team, I got rid of. I think you have to wait 1 week and either be like, okay, I'm holding Nico or I'm holding Cleary. Or you could look at going Jaden Campbell. Now, if we look at Jaden Campbell, he is not playing round 13. Now, they do have the round 18 major bye, but they also have a very tough draw here. Broncos away, West Tigers away, Penrith in round 16, and Bulldogs in round 17. But he has been playing better footy as of late. Isaiah Katoa could be someone you really look at here, especially we know without... any major buys or minor buy sort of scuffles here after round 13. They have North Queensland away. Roosters in round 15, mind you. Then they have West Tigers away, New Zealand at home, Newcastle away, Sharks at home, North Queensland at home. So there could be some little play for Isaiah Katoa, in my opinion. The problem is just consistency in where the team is at. Sometimes they turn it up, and even sometimes when they play really well, Katoa doesn't score heavily with that. But if we look at his scores, I mean, this has been the biggest score of the season so far. But even before that, super, super low scores here for him. Like, what was the next one? Why does it say projected score? How do I change this? They really need to fix this. Round score 50, round score 27, round score 86, round score 53, round score 42, then 106. Joash lives another day. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Parramatta are going to get absolutely slaughtered by it. If Kalen Ponga backs up, I'm going to be so scared as a non-owner. I tell you what, but I'm just hoping he doesn't. Surely him playing a full game is like no chance, right? Am I crazy in thinking that? Who do they have? Surely the coach is sitting there going, okay, they have no Moses. We're playing good footy. We should win this game. We're at home. Let me rest the players and we'll gear up for Melbourne away next week. Surely that is... Cleary backs up for sure. Thoughts on Iongi as a pod play? I love Iongi, but their draw is actually quite tough. So they have Newcastle away, Bulldogs away. They have Canberra at home when Canberra will only have Canberra at home with Ethan Strange and Hudson Young out. Then they have a bye. Then they have Souths in round 17, which should have Latrell in it. Manly in round 18. I mean, it's not bad. Val Holmes. Okay, first of all, Val Holmes, that name does not get mentioned in this chat. That guy is a spud dud. Second of all, they have a really hard draw. They have New Zealand at home. No, sorry. They have Broncos away, Sharks away, into a bye, into Newcastle away, into Canberra away. They have 4 away games out of the next 5, and the 5th one is a bye. I ain't going near any St. George players. Will Pezzett ever start again? I don't think so. Val is done. Yeah, if you watched the game last week, Val looked so bad. It was just it's actually insane how bad he's playing at the moment. Really, really interesting. It's yeah. So at the moment with me, I have 1, 2, 3. Do I have a full 17? No. I have 16. But if Tedesco, this is the problem. No, this is good. If Tedesco doesn't play, I can quickly trade Tedesco to Reece Walsh and have him as my captain. So I could go something like this. If Tedesco is named out, boom. Go to Walsh if I wanted. There's my captain for the week. And then have Drinky as reserve. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Bob's your uncle. Anything on Sasagi? No, I think he's out 4 to 6 weeks from memory. Just lost confidence. In who? In St. George or me? I assume St. George, but if it's in me, I apologize. Also, a lot of people talking about getting rid of Purdue this week. That is fine. Does Purdue play 15? Doesn't play 15. Just boot Sewer. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I am not booting Sewer Fa'alogo when they are playing the Roosters in round 13. Wait, hold on. You could be right. Sewer Fa'alogo against the Roosters, which a lot of them couldn't back up at Amy Park. I don't know, man. And who do they have next? Newcastle at Amy Park. Then, round 15, they're gone. Yeah, maybe. I don't like trading out a green dot that is going to be in my team for the next 2 weeks. And also, I still think he has a bit of value in terms of the points he can give. Kiraz or Mulatalo? Well, I think Kiraz has more that's actually really tough. I would most really go Mulatalo based off buy structure. To be honest with you, that's just me. But the fact that Hynes is out really worries me. That's the only thing. I need more info on Hynes. Like if Hynes is out for one or 2 weeks, I'd say Mulatalo. Dragons. Oh yeah, it's rough. Setu to Dom Young. Just be aware that Dom Young doesn't play 15 and 18. Yeah? I'm pretty sure. Dom Young. No, they play 18. They don't play 15. Sorry. Mine Australian only will miss 1 week. Okay, that's good. That's good. Herbie will be back next week as well. The thing is with me, guys, I don't want to keep chopping and changing in the 5/8 area. Like, I need to get rid of Cooper by next week. He's been a miss for me. NRL Physio said 1 to 3 weeks. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is when we wanted Nico. They have St. George next week. They have St. George at Ocean Protect Stadium. He was a captaincy choice for next week. Buy to KPP. That could be pretty nice. I don't want to overload my team. And I also... Oh, Pryke didn't get picked. This is going to be really interesting because I actually don't have an AE for Robson if he doesn't play. I'm actually really short here. I actually could be cooked this week a bit now. Yeah, this is gonna be. This is interesting. Maybe I get rid of Cooper by early, or I must have players in for round 15. I must. That is a prerogative. Pez is still not named with Moses missing for Eels. Surely he's a trade now. Yeah, but it's like, who am I trading for? I'm not going to trade for TMM. It's too risky. If Metcalf comes in, let's say Penrith pumped them, and Metcalf comes in, I'm already down a player for like round 15. I can't risk that. It's got to be players that I know are playing in round 15. And honestly, Cooper buy, even though the minutes are awful. What's his break even at? Is it really bad? 73. I mean, I'm happy to give Cooper by around 15 if I really need him. I don't know. It could be Mulatalo. I can do, because I have 525,000 in my bank. I could easily go Sua to Mulatalo. Sua's looked very average. I don't think he holds his spot at all. What, is he listed on the interchange? Really? Surely it's reserves, right? Not actual interchange, no? Unless... Okay, he's listed in the reserves, so that's fine. Ronnie is a beast. What is Ronnie's base usually? Let's have a look at that. I just want to know what side are they going to go to more. Surely they go left more because it's just going to go straight to that halfback, and then it's going to go to Braden Trindle. Surely they go on left heaps. Let's look. 2025 player profiles. Mulatalo. His base is like what? What did he average in base? 30 in base. Gosh, he's got some low scores in him, doesn't he? But then he's got some really good points in him as well. Interesting. Maybe Mulatalo is the play. What other center wings could we go that could possibly be a really good shout? I'm not going Jenkins. I have Marju. It has to be someone like, surely we're reserving. So Sasagi's back for round 15 or 16. He's someone we're going to want to have in as a possible season keeper. Wateni and Zalesniak I can't trust. McLean is out. Garrick, no. Lehigh Hopewadi. Are they playing in round 15? Does anyone know? Let's have a look. Manly Sea Eagles. They're not. Manly's not playing in round 15. AKP? I think I'd rather Mulatalo. Sharks have a soft draw for the remainder of the season. Yeah, I'm leaning to Mulatalo. Warbrick, Robert Toya, Holmes has a really tough draw. Taruva? Does he even... Yeah. Tamale could be a shout. What do we think about Tamale? 63, 40, 66. He gets a nice 60, this guy. What do we think about Sevilio Tamale? They don't have they have the round 18 bye, but Mulatalo really needs some attacking stats, eh? The problem is Tamale also loses Ethan Strange to their team. What about Ramsey? Could he be fullback if Teddy doesn't back up? Yes. Yes. He definitely could be. I don't know who else we can look at here. There's honestly not much else besides a Tamale or a... But then we can also get Bostock and Osako next week if we really wanted. Because remember, we're planning for round 15, not for round 14. And then who do Dolphins have next week? Cowboys. With their squad fully intact. And then they have Sydney Roosters in... Wait, Dolphins have Sydney Roosters in round 15 at Suncorp Stadium. It won't be Sam Walker. It won't be... well, it could be Sam Walker, actually. He might get dropped from the team. But it won't be Toya. Oh, they'll have some people missing. Can't trust Damale. I think I'm going to wait and literally look at going Bostock-Osako combo. If I could afford that. Dolphins don't have a bye until round 21. That could be really, really good. Canberra have Parramatta in round 15 as well. Jeez, this is interesting decisions. Also, we have to remember that West Tigers don't have a bye for the remainder of the bye period until round 23. So that's very interesting as well. Decisions. The problem is I have to keep Purdue now just as a number, which sucks, but it is what it is. He's versing Canberra at GIO Stadium. Canberra at GIO Stadium without Ethan Strange and Hudson Young. Without Ethan Strange and Hudson Young. Surely they go to Iro and Mulatalo heaps this game, right? Sharks and Manly. Purdue will go up and down, big scores coming. I don't know, man. They're scoring 30 points and he's just not scoring Supercoach points. Ronnie plays right? No, he doesn't. No. Ronnie plays left. Katoa and Stone Street play right. Stone Street's been playing left because Ronnie wasn't there. No, there's no way Ronnie plays right. No. He plays left. Bradley gonna run the show this week. I think Bradley's gonna back up. Yeah. Unless I'm incorrect, but I'm like 96% sure Ronnie is left. Can someone confirm that in chat? Hey, ad block. Thank you. Okay. Trades this week. I will have to think about. I'm not going to go TMM. I can't risk it. We need... Okay, we're getting two people that play in round 15. Ronnie Mulatalo. Then next week... we're spending a lot of dosh for it, aren't we? He's left. Yeah. Thank you. Do we trade out Hynes this week? No. Do we trade out Sewer this week? Potentially. Do we trade out Cooper Bye this week? There is a chance I could go buy out, swing Twal down, and get Terrell May. Holy dooly guacamole. Can I even afford that straight? Oh my gosh, I can. May comes in. I have the most stacked front row forward and 2RF you've ever seen in your life, ladies and gentlemen. Is that not nuts? My front row forward is Terrell May, Tarpanay, Jackson Ford. Then I'll have Lasardi, Couchman, Hosking, Twal. Terrell May's got a high break even. He could honestly go 111. I'm not even joking. I am not joking. With no burden there, Terrell May could run amok. You might have answers, but I got a combo of Cleary, Hynes, and Walker Pezzett. What do I do? I would most probably just move Pezzett to someone you like. Or pull the plug on a Cleary. No. I would most probably move either Walker or Pezzett. But 5/8 is a bit meh. But you could go even a Fletcher Sharp and just try and hold out to next week. Try Ford, Tapane, Twal, and Paseka. I'd rather mine. No, I'm joking. That's pretty nice. I need a CT. T-May got a high BB. I need a CTW to field 4. Just remember, guys, that it's your top... Wait, isn't it? Doesn't your AE count, guys? Doesn't your AE count this week? So even if like Reece Robson or Pasco for me doesn't play, I just get the AE score? Yeah, so you don't need to get a CTW as your 4th if you don't have one. If you have an auto emergency, you're going to get that score. That's what I was trying to focus on this week, because I was like, okay, if I can have 13 and Pryke doesn't play, right? I was trying to finesse something this week where I was like, okay, if Robson doesn't play, Pasco has the bye. Why does Pasco have a head knock next to him? Then I can get an AE of a really high scoring player. Ranked 87th, 416k in the bank. Do you want to swap ranks? Arson Dragon 79. Would you like to swap ranks? Oh, Pascal HOA. So he'll be back next week. The problem is, if I go Mulatalo, how do I get to a Bostock or an Asako for a Dolphins run? Or how do I get to back to like a Latroy? How do I do it? How do I do it? Undo changes. Undo. If Cleary is out, my AE is Paseka and Makasini. You can't have 2 AEs. Oh, you mean either one of those two. So likely, well, yeah, that's fine. They're 2 really good ones. I mean, Makasini might drop a 30 on you, but yeah, that's fine. The problem is I don't know who's playing. I really don't know who's playing. So it's really annoying me. Like, I feel like they need to name the teams and that's who's playing, man. Or do the team list on the Thursday. You know what I mean? You wimps. Okay. Euro. Yeah, Makasini. I really would like Tedesco to back up, though. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it there. Unless anyone has any more questions, I've got to get back to being a dad. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting, guys. Really appreciate it. Okay, you've asked more questions. How likely you reckon Ponga is to play? 40% chance. I can do Jace. Okay, so all of a sudden you guys have started asking questions. As soon as I say I'm going to leave. May might be a captain. That could be a big call. All right. Who wants to reserve 2 FRFs? Me. I can do Jay, Sua to Mulatalo, and Preston to KPP with 10.4k left. It's not bad. I mean, you've got 2 players that basically are really good on buy structure, and they have good draws, so I don't mind it. The only thing I worry about is KPP with no Adam Dewey. That's the only thing. Who wants to reserve 2 RFs? Answer that. Panthers boys should back up. Last game and big clash versus the Warriors. Panthers could get further away from Warriors on the table. I agree, and that is a great shout out. Just remember that the later games in the week will have a bigger chance of backing up. Good live, mate. Oh, thank you. Just hit optimize to reset to the players quicker. What? Wait, does this do it? Wait, does this do it so the teams, whoever's starting first also? Does this do it for the teams that are starting first as well? So it does it for the schedule of each week? Do not tell me it does it for the teams that are starting first as well. Do not. Wait. Tigers? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah, this is what they need. This is what they need to implement. I'm going to speak to Sangstar. This is not a full optimize. I pay good money for this, and you can't even make it. That forward would then go boom like this. That is an optimize. Okay. I actually didn't know about optimize. I'd never clicked it in my life. Trade assist. Hold on. Peasant to Martin. And this is why you listen to the Rage Traders. 2 trades. Huh. Based on break even. It recommended Purdue to Liam Sutton. Yeah, okay. Dylan Edwards. Yep, never using that again. I can't get Reese Walsh in, guys. I can't. I don't think I can. Sammy to Walsh via flex, even though Walsh probably ends up playing Origin. If he does, Sammy probably won't. I agree. It goes off projected scores, not the timing of the teams playing. Okay. Love the vids. Need the salary benders on for real analysis. No. I tell you where I do want to go on is SC Playbook. Do you reckon I have a high chance of getting on one of their podcasts in Sydney, flying down, being like, Tim, get me on for one. People are asking about it, even though nobody's asking about it. Get me on for one. Come on, brother. Have me there. Stats king. And one thing about me is I don't cough in between every 4 words. I don't cough. There's no nothing. It's straight talk, straight facts, straight power. Timmy would 100% do it. Okay, just if you can have the ability to type right now, type in 1 if you're bringing in Reese Walsh and type in 2 if you're not. I really would love to know who's bringing in Reese Walsh, because Brisbane against Brisbane against St. George, this could be a 50 plus point game. 1, 3, not sure yet. Does Melbourne play in 15? Who do Melbourne play in 14? Who do Melbourne play in 13? Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Type in number 1 if you play PC games or PlayStation games or Xbox games and you're a massive gamer. Type in 1. Type in 2 if you just want me to continue talking about Supercoach and not change the topic like that. Worried about Origin Game 2. Okay, hold on. Another thing. If Queensland win this game, Reese Walsh is a must-have. Correct? If Queensland win on Wednesday, I will do Reese Walsh. I will put him in my team. But if they lose, there is no... Supercoach is a game. This guy's a genius. This guy's an absolute genius. Waste of a trade, eh? What's better, Teddy to Walsh or upgrading to 2 to Karaz? Yeah. I think it's Teddy to Walsh if Teddy doesn't play. It depends how set up for your buy structure you are. Yeah, if Queens, it's all... Look, everything is dependent on this Origin game. If it's an absolutely physical, close game, a lot of these players, I think, may rest. But if it's like a New South Wales stomping, I think you're going to be like, okay, Walsh is coming in. Ponga might move to 5/8 or just into like utility. There's going to be so much. So, yeah. Nintendo Switch. Oh, nice. I play a lot of PC games. As you can see. I play, at the moment, I play Riftbound, which is a card game, but I play Rainbow Six Siege. I fish. Oh, I play golf too. Golf is my sport. R6. Nerd. Okay. No need to bully. This is not a bullying community. This is a super coach community. Nice. You play TCG also? I play TCG Arena. Used to be a very big Magic the Gathering player. I used to play like competitive tournaments. And recently, since my son has come of the age of actually understanding some type of English, I've gotten back into Riftbound. So yeah. Dragons' first win of the season against Bronx. Get that guy out of here. We don't want any comedians in the chat, bar me. You funny. You funny man. You're a funny little nerd. Anyway, I'm going to call it. Okay, that's it. We're doing enough. Yep, enough. Yep, you know. All right, thank you for being here. Thanks for watching. Cool facts. Thank you. I play golf as well, so if anyone wants to play golf, you just hit me up and we'll play some golf. Okay, I'm on the Gold Coast and I'm ready to hit a ball whenever. Whether it goes straight or not is not my decision, but I can guarantee you the ball will be going in the air one way or the other. Goodbye. Take care of yourselves. Shake hands. Yep. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys soon. Rage Traders, Wolfie here. What's my handicap? At the moment, it is